Kathleen. I'm so glad to be here today and spend a little time with you. Thanks for coming by. I always appreciate your time. Hey, I am working in this journal today from, my stack over here on the right side of me. But I am a little frustrated with it because while we made some ephemera for it, you remember this some time ago. Here's the wraparound pocket that we made from junk and scraps. But as I look through it, it's just kind of plain, kind of neutral in color. And I needed to fix that somehow. I decided that I wanted to do that along with you. And so this is going to be a long video. Just prepare yourselves for that. So get something to drink, sit and relax, or even just work along with me. That would be okay too. And because I hope that I will have a few things, tips to talk to you about. I'm going to decorate the whole journal with you. Not completely, don't worry. It's not going to take us a week, but I have a couple playlists about start to finish journals, but I have this whole little stack of elements that are already made for the journal, and I'm just going to go through and glue them in. And so if this is not to your taste, then please just feel free to find a different video. But if you are interested in how I do pockets and things for the journals, then maybe you'd like to come along. So here we go. And the first thing I'm going to use is this vintage envelope. It's from 1904, and it's just the one side. It's just the front of it, but it's got this pretty red stamp. And I have put together these journals that I think I mentioned before. They are what I'm calling or thinking of leftover journals. These are journals that have all of the things that are sitting around. And I have been cleaning my craft room this month. And so I want to use some of this stuff that I got laying around and in piles. And I am done cleaning. I am clean. My room is organized again, and I did a room tour a year ago, and it's worked really well. All of the things that I had organized has worked really well, except that I've just run out of room again. And so I needed to, kind of clean up and de-stash some of the stuff that I am not going to use. And because if you remember from last year, I was still wanting to hang on to things, and I still am. But I have, again, gone through another little emotional, talking to myself and telling myself you don't need to deal with all of this stuff. So I'm proud of myself that I was able to de-stash a lot of papers, make room in my file drawer for other things, and I got another couple little storage units that are working. But my basic plan is working really well. But I just needed to de-stash some of this stuff. So I have made all of these, what I'm thinking of as leftover journals. Okay, I'm now to my first tip. My first tip in decorating a journal is don't be afraid to alter like original ephemera. I like using original ephemera, but sometimes, we think of it as so precious that we don't want to do anything to it. I am just going to put just a little bit of stencil here on top of that to kind of blend it with this pretty page over here. And I'm going to use some finger sponges so that I can control it really well. And these are the colors that I'm using. Saltwater taffy, abandoned coral. I'm using maybe a little of forest moss and rustic wilderness. vintage photo is the brown evergreen bough, because that is going to match this kind of mint color, and bundled sage. Okay, so that's out of the way. So let's start with the flowers. I'm going to use these two different colors, and let's just see what we can do. I'm going to put the pink, the light pink down first, and then we'll do a little dab here and there, corner here, and put just a little dark right in the middle of those flowers. So I'm going to start with the forest moss, because that has a little bit of yellow in it. And I'm going to do these big fat leaves in that color, and come over on top of some of the leaves. And that's going to put just a little bit of the bluish color on there. Okay, you ready to see how it looks? Yeah, me too. There we go. I kind of like that. I'll just encourage you again, don't be afraid to add a little bit of art on top of some of these vintage ephemera. You can still see that that's a vintage piece, but this just adds, you know, just a little something and kind of makes it blend with this. Okay, now I want to also use some chalk to put some dimension behind there. And I have these decorating chalks, but I know a lot of you have mentioned that you don't know where to get those, you don't have the money for it. So I'm going to show you, you can also just use these Crayola chalks, which are very inexpensive. And this is the way I do it. So you can either scrub it on the page, just a scrap piece of paper, put some on there, and then take the cotton ball and pick it up. Okay, then you can come over and add it. Or you can rub it on here just like this, and then add that on. So can you see what happens to that? Now that has some depth to it, and it just looks, I think, a little bit better. It looks a little more artistic because of the depth. So depth, that's the thing that I always preach, okay? All right, so there's that. Now that is finished, and there's two big tucks there. I'm going to add a fabric ruffle here, but I won't do that right now. So here's this little page that I did, just a little collage, 3 on there, three items in a collage. There's some lace. This is another tip when you want to use crinkled ribbon and you want it to be a certain way. I just use a paper clip, and then that helps train it to go in that direction. Okay. Now let's put a stencil, same thing, maybe along in here. So I'm going to do this with you, but I may end up editing out some of this and just show you the finished part. I also may speed some of it up. So please don't be afraid to either speed it up in the slow parts or slow it down if you need to see something that you missed. All right, let's see how that looks. That looks good. And start with a light hand, because you can always add more, but it's hard to take it out once you put it on there. Okay, So there's that page done. So this is the next page that needs something, and I have created this little kind of a top tuck to go here. So let me just glue this down. Extra papers in. This is one of those little vellum stickers, but they are hard to get off the paper. Life is lovely. That might be nice. There we go. All right, one way to add color to a large space is with a napkin decoupage. So I'm just going to use that here on this page. And so I kind of measure with my fingers where I need the glue to be, and then I just put down some glue. You want enough glue without having too much that, you know, comes away over the edges. This is an embossed napkin, which is, you know, really kind of fancy, but it makes it a little harder to, I want to make sure that the edges are all down, and then see right there that edge is up, so I'll put a little bit more glue there. Good. Okay, now I'm going to dry this. Hang on one moment. One of the things that helps napkin decoupage is stamp. It's easy to stamp over it, and I think it adds just another little touch. So I'm using a word stamp, but you can use other stamps as well. So there's just that little word that kind of helps bring in the rest of this black text. Okay, this is the next thing that I want to embellish. Is this pocket right here. I have made several of these little clusters. They are in my tray. You remember I have a whole tray of clusters that I do in the evening when I'm watching TV with my husband, and I made a bunch of these, and lo and behold, the color matches just really well. So I'm going to be able to use several of these in my book, and I'm just going to glue this side, and I'm going to kind of hang it over a little bit, the edge, so that it creates, you know, an edge, kind of like a tab edge. I'm also going to put this butterfly, and that's going to hang over just a little bit as well. So I'm just going to glue right there, and I'm going to slide it on, and then use another clamp, and we'll hold that there. And I've made a cluster belly band. It's one of my favorite things to do. But in order to glue this down, I need to sand this edge so that the glue will stick to that plastic. So let me just do that quickly. Whoops. And then I can glue it here. And then I'm going to glue it up here. And I want to kind of find the center of that and center it on there. I'm going to do napkin decoupage on the back of this too. So I have another little piece of the napkin that I'm going to decoupage here. I'm going to put this down here in the corner. The nice thing about napkins, you can make layers. Okay, let me dry this. Okay, and on this one, I think we'll just put this little squiggle. All right, that's how that looks. Okay, on and upward, here we go. Here's this page, and I am going to do just another one of these little double tuck, corner tuck things. What I want to do is glue this one down first. Now, I have another one of these pretty vellum stickers. There, that's pretty, I think, and lots of color there, right? Yeah, we're getting some color in here, which is just what I wanted. Kind of at an angle like that. Very good. I like that. Okay. And I will probably come back and do some little thing here on these pockets, but I won't do that for now. I need to leave something, you know, for a flip through. Here's this little, I did a little bit of stamping there. And all right, now we come to this page. So I'm going to use this cluster right here. I don't want it to stick out too far. Looks like it's fine. So that's on that page. And then I have, and you know, this just works so that something just slides right behind there. And then I have done this beautiful envelope, embossed envelope. You can see, if I can get the shine on there, yes. So I made the envelope. I put the paper in there as a background, and then I sent it through the embosser, and then I've used inks and some chalks, and I'm gonna put this right here. This now kind of, again, draws a parallel between this side and this side, so it becomes more of a spread. And then there's room here at the top for a tag. And I will do the ephemera for this journal in another video, but I really like that spread. Okay, and then this is the wraparound pocket that we made together in that other video. And then on this side, I'm going to just use this little side tuck, but I want to put a strip of washi tape, again, to kind of make this blend with this book page. Okay, so now see this color, and then this brown and this brown. I think that looks good. All right, where are we on the next page? Yeah, I will put some fiber through the holes there, but this is the next page element, and I am doing a Z, one of those Z folds pockets, and like a page that expands, and I've chosen another one of these little clusters. So we're going to glue that on first, and if I want, I could make it a little tuck as well. So you'll just have to wait and see what ephemera we can do. But now that we have that done, then you can see this is a Z fold, and I'm going to glue on 3 sides to make a pocket. here, and I don't want to get it too close to the spine because that will put pressure on both the spine, but it will also put pressure on this page, and so I don't want it too close to the edge, but that looks good, I think. So then this becomes a tuck spot, and now that's more color. So as you page through, and that's pretty color, and you can see that kind of behind there. Now let's put a ribbon right there. So let me take my hole reinforcers. And put one on both sides. I'm going to tie kind of a one loop bow, or yeah, embellishment, whatever. It's not a bow, obviously, because it only has one loop, but okay, so there's that, and I say I'll put some yarn or thread through there. Here is the pocket. Okay, on this side, this is going to be a little bit of a complicated element, so let me pick up my stuff and make some room. So I'm going to do a little collage here, but I'm also going to do some napkin decoupage. So let me decide how I was going to do this. Okay, I think this was going to go here, and this was going to go across there. This is going to go here, and this here. So this needs to go down first. Okay, this is going to go right here. And finally, this tiny little pink label. All right. Sorry that the light's changing, but this is taking longer. There we go. I like that. Okay, now this one, I'm going to put another one of these clusters just on the top of the page. So it can be kind of a little top tuck. Okay, and then we can just slide something up under there. Here's the center of the second signature. This goes here. Tuck. It's a triple tuck because there's space here and two pockets. This was inspired by my friend Joan from Joan's Junk Journals and More, and I will link her video so that you can go learn how to do it, because she is very detailed in her explanation. Let me take that off for the moment. So yeah, she has a real good video about how to do it if you're interested. And then this is that piece of ephemera again that we made from scraps not too long ago. Now I can put this goes on to kind of help hold that tag from falling around. Anyway, now this one is tuck in the back, and then there are two pockets here. So we will fill that later, and then I've just done a little bit of handmade hairpin lace there at the top. So stamping there probably. Then another one of these clusters. You know, it's just so handy to have this all finished. And this is just going to glue on, just as kind of an embellishment to that pocket. And then I have this little funny little flower that we'll put on, just kind of here, to sort of keep the color scheme going. Here's my little Dollar Tree centers, and there's this perfect color right there. So we'll put that here in the center to kind of finish that off. Okay, and on this side, I have another really fun. This is new. This is new to me. It's new to my pocket pouch. But it was inspired, I do have one in my pocket pouch. It was inspired by Linda's Paperworks, and I have sent you to Linda before, and if you didn't go, then you need to go this time and find out how to make this, because she has a really fun video about it. So this is just a piece of paper, and it's folded into like a little sack, and possibly glue it like this. But I want this to be a tuck, and so I'm going to put these inside so that it doesn't interfere. So Linda has this video, and it's great. I just always think in terms of, you know, pockets. So now I need to glue this right up here at the top. So now it's like a pocket up here and a pocket here. Love that. And then I'm going to use another of the vellum stickers. There we go. And I'm going to put this kind of on a diagonal. And I want to put this little label on. Okay, I like it. Now I'm going to glue it on two sides, and it will be a triple tuck pocket. Okay, just a couple more things, and the one at the very end is really cute. I hope that you've stuck with me all this time, because the pocket at the very last page is so darling. Okay, so that tuck there, and a tuck there. Very good. Okay, now this is just the easiest thing, right? This is just a fancy fold, okay? So here's, you know, journal space here in the middle, and we'll glue this down. So it becomes like a little folio thing, but just folded over a page. So there's room now for ephemera here and ephemera here, and then journaling space in the middle. And if you want, you can decorate it further, but yeah, and this just slides over this. I'm going to use this page and put it over that page. So let's just quickly put a little twist in that. And it's a good thing I'm really losing my light, so it's a good thing we are almost through. We have one more. Okay, there's that. Okay, so this one is out of my pocket pouch, and I don't remember where I saw this, but it's genius. It just goes over the page like this. Isn't that cute? But here's how we do it. We just take one of these envelopes and we just cut it here and here. So let me mark where we want to cut it. And you can make it, you know, bigger or smaller, however you like. So let me trim it. Okay, so this is about 3 by 6.5. And then I'm just going to use my corner punch and punch that out. And then we just need to coffee dye it, right? So I just have some coffee dye here, and I'm just going to put that on there. And I need it inside as well. And on the back, because this is an over the page kind of thing, so we need it to be decorative on both sides. I need to dry that, so hang on one moment. Okay, so now that's dry, and now we just need to decorate. So I think that what we'll do is begin or end the way we started, with just a stencil. So let's do just this pretty rose here. All right, let's see how it looks. There we go. That's good. Okay, so we've got this part decorated. Let's maybe put a butterfly on there. Let's make it a blue butterfly. And on this side, the other thing that I have is this. I'm going to put this on there also. Now, it doesn't matter if you cover this up. Honestly, a lot of times we have to cover things up. I'm going to put it so that it hangs over a little bit. And I know there's a flower under there, so it's okay that it's covered. But I like this on the other side. Do we want an orange one, or do we want this fancy one? I think next to this paper, I like the orange one. I think we'll put the butterfly up here. Great. Okay, so now you've got this nice tuck here, and you've got one here on this side. And if you want, you can just, you know, leave that. You don't have to glue it on. Or if you want, you can put just enough glue here at the top in the corner, just along here, just to kind of hold that in place. Okay, there we are. That journal is now decorated. What's left is to make ephemera. So we'll do that in another video, and then I will add all the finishing details and flip through it. Thanks for your time today. That was a lot, and I hope that there were parts of it that were helpful to you, just little tips or tricks that I tend to do, and I hope that it was good. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you again with another project.